welcome back. If you're new here, I ask that you would please subscribe to my channel, ring the little bell icon, get notified whenever I upload a new video. Tonight's subject, everybody's talking about the Derek Chauvin trial and verdict, and I'm hearing all of the politicians like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Maxine Waters and all of them, they're fucking losing their minds, praising the verdict and all this, talking about, systemic racism and equal justice and all of that kind of crap, right? Yeah, we have a systemic racism problem in this country, but it's not what they're claiming it is. The systemic racism is against people that are not of colored skin, whether that's brown, black, yellow, whatever. If you are a white man, there is systemic racism against you in this country, and that's the God's honest truth. Okay, they want to talk about equality of justice. Okay, in 2018, I'm going to give you a couple of cases that are similar to the George Floyd cases here. 2018 in Florida, a man named Timothy Kaufman, had a cop kneel on his neck during a similar arrest to George Floyd's. They knelt on his neck for quite a while, and basically he was alive when they put him in the back of the police car. They took him to the hospital. He died 4 days later, due to complications from that officer's knee being on his neck. Let's go back a little further. 2016, a man in Dallas, Texas, named Tony Timpa. Now, these are cases that I didn't hear widely publicized by national media like you did George Floyd. Tony Timpa, Dallas, Texas. 3 officers knelt on his neck for a total of 13 minutes straight. And basically they pushed his face while they were kneeling on his neck, pushed his face down into the dirt. The man suffocated, died. He kept screaming that they were going to kill him, but they didn't let up off of him. They even, after he had expired, they rolled him around, telling him to get up, making fun of him, talking about, how, like one of them kicked him and told him to get up, and another one said, "Well, not right now, Mom. I need 5 more minutes." Mocking him, making fun of him. They mocked him after they'd killed the man. They were talking. One of them even goes, "Boy, I hope I didn't kill him." And then when the ambulance finally got there to take him away, they verified that that he had been suffocated. Coroner's report read that he died from suffocation from 13 minutes of a knee being on his neck, pressing him down into the dirt. Now, here's the thing. Both of these cases were white men. Both of them involved police officers being overly aggressive. Both of these have another similarity in the fact that in both cases, no charges were filed against the police officers. And in both cases, the men died as a direct result of the police officers' actions. You didn't see it on national media. There wasn't a big uproar. There wasn't protests all over the United States. Why is that? Because these men were white. One of them, this Tony Timpa, was supposed to be on psychotic medications. He had a history of psychotic episodes. The other one was using drugs. Okay? Police responded, were overly aggressive in both cases. Both cases resulted in the death of these young men. Okay? Not a word said by the national media, by politicians, no protests, protesting their death, and these were excessive force cases where police acted out of control. Now, I've found many more cases like these where white were killed by cops, unarmed. You know, neither of these victims were armed. Okay? Neither of them. They did just like George Floyd. They resisted arrest. They talked about how they couldn't breathe. They, just all sorts of things. And George Floyd, 9.5 minutes. Tony Timpa, 13 minutes. Okay? Floyd wasn't mocked after his death by the police officers. Tony Timpa was, by 3 police officers. Not a damn single charge brought against any of these officers in these 2 cases. Okay? But yet, George Floyd, hell, he's got, 3-4 officers total in jail and going to be tried. I mean, we already seen that Chauvin got convicted today. Where's the justice for these men here? These 2 white men, where's the justice for them? Where's the voices crying out? Where are the people rioting and burning down for these white men? They're not. And it's because there is a systemic racism problem in this country. But it's not against black people. There are more per capita white people killed by police every year than there are black people. It is a statistical fact. Okay? You go and look at the statistics. Per every 100,000 white people, per 100,000 black people. You look at how many are killed. Okay? You shrink down the ratio. Okay, black people only make, like 16% of the population, something like that. White people make up a majority of the population. But when you figure up how many white men are killed every year by the police versus how many black men, and you do it by looking at how many people have actual encounters with the police, that's what you go by. How many white people had the encounters with the police, how many black people had the encounters with police, and which ones ended in the death of the suspect. That's what you go by. Okay? There were actually more cases of white men having bad interactions with the police than there are black men. And there are more white men killed during those interactions than there are black men. So don't be giving me that bullshit, that racist bullshit about, oh, black men are being targeted. No, they're not. Go look up the statistics. You'll find that there are more white men every year that encounter the police than black men by a wide margin. You will find that of those encounters, more of the white men are killed by the police than of the black men. It's a simple statistical fact. But yet we're supposed to believe that the police and everybody are out to kill the black man. It's all a bunch of bullshit. It's all a narrative to get us to divide us, to get us to fight amongst ourselves. Now, I watched a lot of the Chauvin trial. I watched videos that they'd shown during the trial. Okay? Hell, George Floyd, while he was laying down on the ground, he told the police that he couldn't breathe because he took too many drugs. Quit glorifying criminals. These men are not heroes. They are criminals. They fought the police, they resisted the arrest, and ultimately it cost them their lives because of their own stupidity. Not because of police brutality, not because there's some sort of racism against black people or anything like that. You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes, people. It's called personal responsibility. You are responsible for your own actions. I am so sick and tired of criminals being glorified because they got killed by the cops while they were doing something stupid like fighting the cops or assaulting the cops. That is their own stupidity. If it results in their death, that is on them. That is not on the cop. That is on them. All this bullshit about defund the police and the police need better training. Well, maybe your kids need better training. Okay? Maybe if you slapped them upside their head once in a while and told them, look, you need to stop this shit or I'm going to take you out of this world. Fuck the police. I'll be the one to kill you. You know, if you bring your kids up right, you wouldn't be having these problems. I was brought up to respect the police, not to resist. Okay? I did a lot of shit that I got arrested for. Oh, I got fucked up by the police many a time. Because I was a dumbass and I started to resist. When I started to resist, they gave me what I deserved. I learned, don't resist the fucking police. I mean, it's that damn simple. I've been arrested for being in the wrong neighborhoods. You know, hell, I remember I just moved back from California at the age of like 14. I moved back to Illinois. I wasn't in town 2 hours. The police rolled up, fucking slapped me in cuffs, took me in for questioning. I was being accused of 3 burglaries and an arson. All because I was out of place. I was a new face, and I did not fit in with the people around me. So I became number 1 suspect. I didn't fight the police when they surrounded me to arrest me. I went peacefully. I was questioned all damn night long. In the morning, I was released because they had no evidence against me and I had proof that I wasn't even in town when it happened. Alright? If you're going to resist the police, expect to get your ass whooped. Or worse. Especially if you have a long criminal record. If you have a history of drugs, if you have a history of violence, yeah, police are going to be more on the alert because of your history. That's on you. They have to be alert. I am so sick of the bullshit. We are letting these politicians and a small pissant group fucking define America. Derek Chauvin should not have been found guilty. Plain and simple. There was enough evidence there to prove that he did not commit murder, that what happened to George Floyd was actually George Floyd's fault. YouTube's going to get pissed off, probably pull this video down. Give me a strike. Now, they don't like when you spout the truth. It's that simple. Anyhow, this has been Dan. God help this country. Remember, you need some PTSD, perhaps to survive disasters, because there's a lot of it coming our way. Okay? Check out my backup channel. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, leave them in the comment box, or you can email me with my emails are in the description, as well as links to contribute to my channel if you'd like to do so. I'm starting a Discord channel as well, but you know, I'm just fed up. I know most of you are too. This has been Dan. You all have a good night. God bless. Stay safe. Bye.